Hello my friends, today we're learning Baba Barser Daf Kuf Nun Hey. We're going to start from Itmar, middle of the page. Says the Gemara, Itmar, Katan me'matay mocher b'nichsei aviv. Rav amar Rab Nachman ben 18 shana, ורב אונה בר חיננה אמר רב נחמן בן 20 שנה. מטיב רב זירא מעשה בבני ברק באחד שמכר בנכסי אביו. הוא מת, ובאו בני משפחה וערערו לומר קטן היה בשעת מיתה. ובאו ושאלו את רבי עקיבא, מהו לבודקו? אמר להם, אי אתם רשאים לנבלו, ועוד סימנים עשויים להשתנות לאחר מיתה. וישלם למאן דאמר בן 18 שנה, קנ"ה עמוד ב', היינו דקאתו ואמרו לי, מהו לבודקו? אלא אמרתי בן 20, כי בדקו לי מה יהווה, ואתנן בן 20 שלא הביא שתי שערות, יביאו ראיה שהוא בן 20 והוא עשריס, לא חולץ ולא מייבם. להביא את מרלה, אמר שום ברב רבי יצחק אמר רב, והוא שנולדו בו סימני סריס. אמר רבא דקנה מדקתה נבואה סריס שמע מינה, וכי לא נולדו לו סימני סריס עד כמה? תנא רבי עד רוב שנותיו. After we read the Gemara, we can explain it. So the Gemara is discussing over here a cotton who yarshened his father. We're going to go the shittus of the Rishonim who learn that Zomat, specifically a cotton who yarshened Yerusha, not that he owns nechosim from buying or getting a matona. So yarshened from his father nechosim. From what age can he sell them on? So the machlokes Rava, in the name of Rav Nachman, says he has to be 18 years old. And Rav Huna, the son of Chinana, in the name of Rav Nachman, said he has to be 20 years old. So, does he have to be 20 or 18? And we're going to see at the end of the sugya, the svara why he has to be older age, why at 13 he can't sell. So, on that Reb Zera asked the kasha. Because in the Havamina now we understand that we know that Ben Esrim, when someone's 20, he's a gadol. Even if he doesn't bring Shtei Cyrus, even if he doesn't have Cyrus, he's a gadol. That's how we understand now. And if he's 18, it means he has to be 18 plus, he has to have Cyrus as the gadol, and then he's considered a gadol. So on that, so Rav Zera asks, how can you tell me that it has to be 20? We learned, and we understand now, even without Shtei Cyrus, we learned a story about Bnei Brak, we learned it already in last Daf. Someone, Reuven, the son of Yaakov, who sold the nechosim of his father Yaakov, and Reuven passed away, the one who sold it, and came the family of Reuven and said when Reuven sold it, he was a cotton. When he died, not only when he sold it, even when he died, he was a cotton, and therefore the mechira is no chal. We want to get the karka back. And we came and asked Rabbi Akiva, can we dig up this Reuven from his grave to see if he was a cotton or a gadol? And Rabbi Akiva told them, you can't be menavel him and take him out of the cave for that. And another reason is, there won't be, even if you see that he's a gadol or cotton, it's not proof, because after Misa things could change. So maybe really he's a cotton, and after he died, he got Simonim, or the opposite, and therefore it won't be a raya. Till here is Divrei, the story. Said the Gemara, very good, Lefi the Shitta, we said they has to be 18. That's what we want to check. That's what we said. Let's go and check him to see if he has Cyrus or not. But if you're going to tell me that you have to be 20, why is that to check? We learned in the Mishnah that someone who's 20, even if he didn't bring Cyrus, all you need to bring a raya that he was 20, look on his passport to see when he was born and to see that he was 20, and therefore he's a sris. A sris means someone who's can't have children. If at the age of 20 he doesn't have Cyrus, he can't have children. And therefore the Mishnah says, if his brother passed away of no kids, he doesn't do chalitza no yibum. And the reason why, yibum he doesn't do because the whole din of yibum is la'okim shem la'ochiv, to bring children. And he can't. And chalitza he can't do because chalitza and yibum is toile ha'beha, kol ha'oile li'yibum, oile le'chalitza, v'oine oile li'yibum, oile le'chalitza. But we can see from over there that if he's 20, even if he doesn't have Cyrus, it's considered a gadol, he's a sris. That's why he doesn't have Cyrus. So why is that to check if the dinner they has to be 20? Why is that to check in this grave of this Reuven to see? Why is that to see? On that the Gemara answers no. Did we not learn on that Mishnah that Rav Shmuel Bar Rav Yitzchak said in the name of Rav that when do we say that if he's 20 and he doesn't have Cyrus the Suris? It's only if he has Simonis Suris, the Simonim of a Suris that heat doesn't come out of his body, the list of things. So says the Mishnah that says the 20 Shloivi Cyrus is a Suris is only if he also had Simonis Suris. But without Simonis Suris, we don't consider him a Soris. And therefore, our case in Bnei Brak was talking about they didn't have Simonis Soris. And therefore, it's not enough that he's 20. He needs to be also 20 and also Cyrus, even if he's a shitta of 20. So therefore, there's no kasha from Bnei Brak. Yeah, they wanted to check, let's go, if he's a shitta, they needs to be 20. They wanted to check if he had Cyrus, because it was talking about where he didn't have Simonis Soris, and therefore there's no raya from the story in Bnei Brak. On that, Rava says, I'll bring you a raya from the Mishnah, that the Mishnah that says that he's 20, that didn't bring Cyrus to the Suris, is talking about where he has Simonis Suris. I'll bring you a raya, why? Because it said in the Mishnah, V'hu Asuris. The Mishnah should have said, Ben Esrim Shloi Vishtei Cyrus, Yovi Raya Shu Ben Esrim, V'hu Soris. And he's a Soris. Why is who Asoris? The Soris that we know already. Because it's mashma that we have already the Simonis Soris, and only then, together with Simonis Soris, and that he's 20, even though they didn't bring Cyrus, then we consider him a Godel. But if he doesn't have Simonis Soris, we say maybe he's still a cotton. Shema no, we could see from there. Said the Gemara, okay, so in the case where he doesn't have Simonis Soris, and he doesn't have Cyrus, how long do we have to wait to assume that he's considered a Godel? Well, if he's 50 years old and he doesn't have Cyrus, we still look at him as a cotton who can't sell Benichse Oviv. On the the Gemara, Tony Rabchir learned in the Braisa, Adroiv Shnoisov, until he gets to most of his years, and we assume that person lives for 70 years normally, and it says, Imei Shnoiseinu Boim Shivim Shona. So most of 70 is 36 years, so when a person gets to 36 years, even if he doesn't have Cyrus, and he doesn't have Simonis Soris, we look at him as a Soris, as a Godel. We're going to continue the Gemara and read it inside. Ki ata lekamed Rabchia, Ikachish amar lo libri, Vi'abri amar lo likresh. Da'ane simani, zimnim da'atu machmas krishusa, zamnim da'ate machmat briuta. So the Gemara says, when they come in front of Rabchia, someone who was already adult in age, we never had Cyrus. So Rabchia would tell them, if he's weak, make him healthy. And if he's healthy, make him weak. And the reason is, we're going to go with our Gersa and the Gemara, not like the Gersa of the Rashban, that really it's very similar. That the Simonim, the Cyrus, sometimes they come because of weakness, and sometimes they come because of being healthy. So therefore, if he's weak and he doesn't have Cyrus, make him strong, and therefore maybe the Cyrus will come. And if he's healthy and doesn't have Cyrus, make him weak, and maybe the Cyrus will come because he's weak. We're going to read the Gemara weiter. Ibailo, toch zman kelifnei zman o kelachar zman. Rabbi amar Rav Nachman toch zman kelifnei zman. Rabbi בר Shila אמר רב נחמן תוך זמן כלאחר זמן. ועד הרבה, לא בפירוש יתמר, אלא בכלל היתמר דאו תוך זמן, דאז עזב מנכסי ועשה לקמי דרבה. אמר לו, לא עשה ולא כלום. מן דחז עשה לנו שום תוך זמן כלפני זמן, ולא עתה שטות היתר החזה בידעה כמשחר לו עבדי. Said the Gemara, a Shaila, when we said they has to be 18 or 20, what does that mean? Does that mean 17 and 19? Or does that mean literally 18 and 20? And what does Svarah say 17 or 19? Because really, when a child's 0, when we call someone 1, it means he's already in the second year because he's 0. And then when he's 1, he's already in the second year. So that means when a person's 17, now he's going into his 18th year. When a person's 19th, he's going into his 20th year. So do we mean 18, a full 18? They finished his 18th year, or does it mean the beginning of the 18th year? Or 20, the Fishit 20. That's the Gemara Shaila. So the Gemara says, Rabba in the name of Rav Nachman says that if he's Tochzman, meaning if he's in his 19th year, in his 20th year, but he's not 20 yet, he's 19 and a half, let's say, it's like before the time, he's not old enough to sell. And Rabbi bar Shila in the name of Rav Nachman says, also in the name of Rav Nachman, that Tochzman, that means if he's 19 or 17, it's like he's already 18 or 20, and therefore he's good enough to sell. And then the Gemara says that the din of Rava, that Tochzman is Kalifni Azman, that he has to be full 18 and full 20, he never said it clearly. It came from a story, that there was a story about a person who was 17 and a bit, or 19 and a bit, and he sold in the nechosim of his father, and he came in front of Rava. And Rava said, the mechira is no chal. So the one who saw the story thought, you know why? It must be because being 17 is not like being 18. And Turk's is Kalifni Azman. Said the Gemara, but that's not true. Over there, Rava cancelled the sale, not because of that. The reason why Rava cancelled it because he saw that the guy was a shtusa yisera, he was an idiot. He was meshachrer, the avodim of his father. Who releases his slaves? It's a stupid thing to do. So he realized that he's not yet bardas to sell his father's nechosim. But really, there's no raya from that story about his age. But what's interesting is, the Gemara says that Rava never said it. We only learned it from a story, but before we said it, that Rava said in the name of Rav Nachman. So decide, was it a story, or was it Rava saying in the name of Rav Nachman? I don't know about that. But let's continue the Gemara, read it inside. Shalach leRav Gida bar Menashe leRava. למדנו רבנו תינוקת בת 14 שנה ויום אחד יודעת בטיב משא ומתן. מהו שלח לי אם יודעת בטיב משא ומתן, יקרא מקח ומונקר המקח. ולשלח לי תינוק, מעשה שהיה כך היה. ולשלח לתינוקת בת 12 שנה ויום אחד, מעשה שהיה כך היה. ההוא פחות מבין 20 דאזל זבי נכסי עבור כגידל בר מנשה. אסה לקמי דרבה, אמרו לי קרוי וזיל אחול תמורר בשעת בקשייסר. ברבה עבדחי, אמר לו זביני להזביני. כי ככתבו לי שטרה, אמרו לי לקוחו זביל לאמא לי, לרבה מגילת אסתר בזוזה, שטרה דמר בזוזה. אז אל אמר לי. אמר לו זביני, אמרו לי קרוי ולקחו תגמרונו. אמר לו מסבר לי וסבר, וכיוון דמסבר לי וסבר, מי דידה, והידה עבדחי חוץ ביתרה, הוא דעבדה. So the Gemara tells us a story about that Rav Gidel bar Menashe sent to Rava. What's the din of a ktano, a tinoikes, that she was 14 years old, and she knows timaso mato, meaning she knows how to do business. Can she sell benichsi avi or not? That means the din that we said before of 18 or 20, is that only someone who doesn't know how to do business, but someone who's younger than that, from age 12 or 13, and knows how to do business, can sell benichsi avi or not? So Rava sent back, and he said, if she knows business, she understands how business works, so a sale is good, and what she buys and what she sells is good. So therefore, we're saying here, Groise Chiddush, I'm learning with that Mahalach of the Rashbam, that the age of 20 and 18 that we said on Amud Aleph is only someone who doesn't know B'tiv Masel Maton. And therefore, he needs to be 18 or 20. But a kid who knows B'tiv Masel Maton, it's good enough that he's younger than that. On that, the Gemara asks, why did Rav Gidel bar Menashe send to Rava about a girl or Tinoik? She sent about Tinoik. Always when we talk about male, and we understand that the same thing applies about female. So the Gemara answers, the story was with a girl who was 14, so therefore we asked about a girl. So the Gemara, why didn't Rav Gidel ask about a girl who's 12? 14 is not age that makes any difference. It's 12, bas mitzvah, that one makes a difference. So why did he ask about 14? And the Gemara answers, so that was a Maisa. She asked the Maisa as it was. But really, the din applies also from a girl who's from 12 years old, and she's a Bulgaris, and she's Yudas B'tiv Maso Maton, she could sell B'nichse Ovio. Said the Gemara, another story, there was this guy who was Pochos Mi Ben Esrim, who was less than 20, and he sold the nechosim of his father. Because, like in the Menashe, he was Yudah B'tiv Maso Maton, he knew business. So the story came in front of Rava. So the Kroivim wanted to cancel the sale, so they told this guy, let's call him Reuven, go eat dates and throw the pips on the house of Rava. Basically do something stupid, and Rava's going to say, oh, this guy is a fool, and he's going to cancel the sale. So this Reuven did so. So Rava saw that, and he said, okay, his sale is not a good sale. He's a fool. So then they went to the Soifa of Rava, the one who'd write the psak, was writing the shtar. And the Besdin would charge for the Soifa to write the shtar. So the Lekuchos who wanted the sale to go through told the cotton, go tell Rava How did it make sense that Megillas Esther, that's a long Megillah, a soifer does it for one zuz, and the star that you're writing over here to cancel the sale, that's a few lines, you're also charging a zuz. It doesn't make sense, the price. Such a big difference in work, why the price the same? So the kid went, this Reuben went and told Rava. So Rava thought, hey, the guy's clever, he understands business. So he said, no, his sale is a good sale, because he knows business. So the Kroivim told Rava, this Reuben had no idea about this whole idea of Megillas Esther and the differences in prices, the differences in work. The Lekuchas taught him this. See, it wasn't his idea. So Rava told them, a kid, someone who, when you're explaining something, and he understands, and he could repeat it, and he understands what they said, is someone that's considered Yodea Maso, and therefore he's considered a Godel. And like we said before, even though that he's not 20, he could sell Benichse Ovim, and therefore the Mechira Tzcha. And the reason why he threw pips towards me or my house is because he was a chutzpah. Because he was a chutzpah yak, but nothing to do because that he was stupid. And therefore the sale goes through. We're going to read the continuation of the Gemara. Amar Ravuna Breid Rav Yeshua, Ledut Eduto Edut. אמר מר זוטרא, לא אמר על אלה מטלטלי, אבל מקרקע לא. אמר לי רב אשי למר זוטרא, מה ישנה מטלטלי זבינה, אלא מה אתה דתנן הפעוטות, מקח וממכר במטלטלי, מה חינמי דתון עדות, אמר לי אתם בעינה ועמדו שני אנשים ולקר. So says Rav Huna, the son of Rabbi Yeshua, that even though we said that a cotton under 20 can't sell benichse oviv, he could do it, he could be made about stuff in Bestin. On that Marizutra said, we only say that he could be made about metaltalim, because he could sell metaltalim, but mekarkim not, because he can't sell karkois. On that Rav Ashi told Mazutra, what's the difference? Why metaltalim not? Why metaltalim yes? Because he could sell metaltalim, because vina is vina, he could sell metaltalim. Says Rav Ashi to Mazutra, if it depends on that, if so, we learned in the Mishnah, Po'oitos, that means young kids, less than age bar mitzvah. Mikchon, Mekach, Metaltalim, they could sell in Metaltalim, even, it's a Takonas Chazal that they could sell Metaltalim, even before bar mitzvah. So, if it depends on what they could sell, what they could sell, they could be made on. So, L'chora Po'oitos, before bar mitzvah, should be able to made about Metaltalim. Why do we know there needs to be bar mitzvah? So he told him, Mazutra answered to Rav Ashi, no. Over there there's a problem. It says in the Pasuk, V'omdu shnei anoshim. I'm going to read the whole Pasuk. V'omdu shnei anoshim asher lohem arid v'fnei Hashem v'fnei hakolim v'ashoivtim asher iyu b'yom imayim. It's talking about Eidos. And it has to be anoshim, and anoshim means bar mitzvahs. Therefore, very good they can sell, but for Eidos you need to be anoshim. And therefore they have to be at least 13 years of age. Continue the Gemara, we're going to read it inside. Amar Ameimar Matanato Matana. Amar Ravashi le Ameimar Ashta. Umar Zvini de Mekabel Zuzi Amar de Lo. Din Memozil Umazbin. Kolshken Matana de Lo Matile Velo Midi. Amar Leo le Tamer Zavin Shavi Chamsha Bishita Achinami Zvini. Ela Kinu le Rabbanan de Luka. Makre Badati Gabi Zuzi. היא אמרת זימני דמקרקע של זוזי אז ילומז בנכולו נכסי דאבוה אבל גבי מתנה אליו דאב לענה מנהילה הווה יאב למתנה אמרו רבנן תיאב במתנתו מתנה דלעבדו לי מילי. So a member says, even though that we said this cotton was under 18 or 20, he can't sell, but he could give a matana, the nechosim of his father. He can't sell, but he could give a present. So Rav Ashi told the Meimer, it doesn't make no sense. What if already when he sells, that he gets cash for his sale? We said he can't. And the reason is why? Because he'll sell for too cheap, because he doesn't know business and he'll sell for too cheap. So you want to tell me when he gives a matona and he doesn't get anything for this karka, it's chal. He doesn't get anything, even more shouldn't be chal. So a Meimer answered Rav Ashi and he told him, Kufnun Vavom Daleth. Lefi your shitta, the way you understand that the reason why this cotton who's 15 years old can't sell is because he's selling for too cheap. What happens if he sells something worth 5 for 6? He sells it for expensive. You're going to tell me that in such a case, the mekach schal? Doesn't make sense. We know that Chachamim never made a difference if he sold it for expensive or for cheap. They said under 18 or under 20, he can't sell. So if the whole reason is because he doesn't know the price, if he sold it for expensive, it should be chal. So says Ameimar to Rav Ashi, I'll tell you what's the reason. The Rabbanah knew that a young person under 20, when he sees money, he's very excited. So if he can sell the nechosim of his father, the karkois of his father, people are going to take a box of money, shake it in front of him, you hear all that money? And they'll tell him, this could be yours if you sell me the karka. And he's going to go and he's going to sell all the nechosim of his father, and he's going to be left only with cash. He's going to use it on going to holidays and buying expensive stuff. And before you know it, he won't have anything left, and he won't have no karkois left. So Rabbanan said, because a cotton can't control himself when he sees money, we say they can't sell the karkois of his father. But by a matona, to give a matona, if he never got a big benefit from that person, he would never go. No one's stupid to go and give matonas to anyone. He's not talking about a kid who's under 13. He's 15. He knows not to give away his possessions for free. So if he gives it, it must be that he got something good from that person, and therefore he's returning a favor and giving them a present. And Rabbanan wanted that matana should be chal, that people should be nice to him, and they should know that if we're nice to him, he might give us a present. But if he also can't give a present, people won't be nice. They'll say, oh, we can't get any benefit from him, never mind, we'll leave him, we won't help him out in life. And therefore Rabbanan said, Dafka Mechira is no chal, because he'll sell for money, and we don't want him to lose the karkois for cash. But matana, he won't give it for no reason, he'll give it for a good reason, and therefore a cotton under 20 could give his nechosim of his father as a matana. I want to daven to Hashem that we should remember this Gemara, understand it, learn many Gemaras, finish Bava Basra on time of the Daf Hayomi and even before, and continue to the next Masechtas. We should have Yeshua's Gdolos in Am Yisrael. Thank you very much.